Hello iPlanners and iDesigners. In this video, we're going to be designing social media icons. And as a bonus, I'm going to show you how to put these in your email signatures. If you're on the Facebook group, you probably saw my post yesterday showing you the 3 email signatures that I created for all 3 of my email addresses. And each one is just a little bit different than the other because each email serves a different purpose, including my personal email address. All right, so the way I created these social media icons is I used one of the abstract shapes, and you probably see here that I've taken all 8 sets and put them on one drawing space. I was getting frustrated going from presentation to presentation in Keynote trying to find the perfect shape. And so having them all in one place is just so convenient. And then I could zoom in and browse each set to find the perfect shape. So the shape that I'm using today for the social media icons is in set number 5, and it's actually this shape right here. And what I've done is I've taken it and I've kind of rotated it around just to make it look a little different. But I just love these wonky shaped social media icons. So I thought I'd go ahead and show you just in case you want to add them to your social media or your email signature, or add them as stickers to your iPlanner. All right, so let me show you how I did this. Now I showed you the shape that I chose, and of course each one of these sets are grouped. So what I have to do is double tap in order to get to or narrow down the shape that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and copy it, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a new slide. But instead of adding a new slide with this plus, I'm going to duplicate this slide. And the reason that I'm doing that is because my master is blacked out, so that when I save my icons as PNG images, they don't have a background. But I want a background while I'm showing you how I design these, because you'll be able to see better. All right, so let's see, I'm going to duplicate the slide, and I'm going to go ahead and select all and delete. So now I've got a nice clean drawing space or slide. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and paste that shape, resize it, and I want to rotate it, and I'm going to copy again and paste, copy again and paste, paste, and I'll need to rotate these. That one I'll do like that. All right, and now let me go ahead and copy this one and paste it, and copy this one and paste it. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I'm going to reflect them now, because I want them all to be just a little bit different. So I'll tap my paintbrush tool in the upper right. I'm going to go to Arrange, and I'm going to flip horizontally, and then I'll tap this one, and I'll do the same thing, Arrange, and I'm going to flip horizontally. All right, so now they're all just a little bit different, and now I want to fill them, and I've got the colors already in my camera roll. So I'm going to tap the paintbrush again, but this time I want to make sure the image is selected. And then I'm going to tap Replace, and I'm going to choose Photos, and that takes me to my camera roll. And see here I've got some colors already selected or saved to my camera roll. Sorry, when I'm working, I'm being silent. I think that one's already this green, but yeah, it is. All right, I've got to find one more color to fill this last one. Let's see, I've already done the blue, the yellow, the peach. Let's find another color. All right, so there are my outside shapes for my social media. And now I want to go and get the icons for the social media. So now I'm going to have to leave this presentation. And I think I've got all my icons saved on one drawing space. Yep, I do. So let's do Twitter. So I'll copy. I don't want the outside of it. I only want the middle because I've already got my background set up. So as you could see, I have saved all my social media, or all my icons. All the icons that are available in the store are all on one presentation. It's just easier than jumping around for me. All right, let's go back to our project. And now I'm going to paste. And I'm not going to do all of these because we still have to get to setting up the email. And I don't want this video to be too long. All right, so that is how you do that. And now to save this, I'm going to select all, copy, and we'll just pretend that I finished all of the social media icons. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a new slide, and you can do that just by tapping the bottom plus. And now I'm going to use my background, my PNG background or blank background. And I'm going to paste all my icons. I'm going to tap the three dots, export, and I want to export images. And I only want slide number 5, and you can see the numbers right there. So I'm going to go to slide range, and I'm going to set the first number to 5 and the second number to 5 as well. That way it doesn't save every single slide. And it's already set to PNG. You have to make sure you have this checked so that you have a blank background or transparent background. Double check that this is turned on as well, transparent background. And then I'm going to go ahead, export and continue. And when you hit continue, you have options to save. And I'm going to go ahead and press save image, and that way it goes to my camera roll. So now with those saved to my camera roll, I'm going to go to my computer now, because if I try to do anything while I'm filming inside my photos, it changes the size of my screen, the size of my iPad, because I'm mirroring it. And for some reason, the studio thinks I'm doing a presentation on my iPad, and it changes everything. So because I'm recording this, I can't go to my camera roll while I'm recording because everything gets all messed up. So I'm going to do this on my computer, and basically the next step is cropping each one of these so that they stand by themselves, so they're standalone. All right, so now let me go to my other screen. So now here we are on my blank screen, my blank desktop, and I'm going to go ahead and get that saved PNG file from my camera roll. Oops, it opened it up on my other screen. Alright, so one of the things that I need to do is duplicate it 1, 2, 3, 6 times. So to do that, I'm just dragging copies of it. Alright. So the reason I had to make 6 copies is because each one is I'm going to crop. And of course, if you're on a PC, you're going to use whatever application that you use for cropping. I'm on a Mac, so I'm using Preview to do my cropping. So once I draw my lasso around the one that I'm saving, I'm going to tap Command K on my keyboard. So whatever photo app you use to crop or view your pictures, it might be a little different. So you get the idea. I'm cropping each one of them so that they stand alone. We do one more. So I'm cutting it away from the group, if that makes sense. All right, so that's how you do that. I'm going to go ahead and delete these now because I'm going to use my original file that I made yesterday. So move those to the trash, and here, these are the ones that I made yesterday. So now I'm going to get a browser. I'm going to open a browser tab, tear it off, and bring it to that desktop. And I want to open up my Google Drive. And I made a folder that's called Gmail Email Signature Elements. And so here's all those icons that I added to this folder. So if you make a folder, you can go ahead and just click and drag them right into that folder that you make in Google Drive. Of course, I already have them added. And then I'll show you my signatures, and then I'll show you how to make them. All right, so this is my personal email signature, and I made it in a Google Doc. So this is my personal email signature. And let's see, I'll show you. I think this is okay, this is my email for heysandycruz.com. And they're just a little bit different from each other. I mean, basically everything's the same, except this one says Sandy Cruz and the heysandycruz.com logo. This one says Sandy Cruz, but you've got my picture. That's my personal email. And then I've got one for my team. Where is that one? There it is. And this one's just slightly different. The text on it's slightly different. But it still has the heysandycruz.com logo. But this says Team Hey Sandy Cruz. And then this verbiage is a little bit different. Digital products and content creation. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to do this from scratch. So first you're going to click New. And I want to get a new Google Doc. All right, so it's loaded. The page is loaded. Okay, so now I want to insert a table. And I'm going to go over one and down one. So I have four squares in the table. And the first thing I'm going to do is this down here is for some text. All my emails for years and years and years say learn something new every day. So I'm going to highlight both of these and right click and merge them, because I need this one big cell, so I can go ahead and type in there. So that's going to say learn something new every day. And then just for a little bit of interest, I guess I'll go ahead and italicize it. Yeah. All right, so in this cell, I want to go ahead and get my logo. So let me go to my folder that has the logo. And I'm going to grab this one. And that made it a nice size already. I'm going to move this over. And what I want to do is I want to remove all of the borders on these cells, except for this line right here. So to do that, I'm going to click on the border icon and do 0. And you've got to do this for each and every border. 0, 0, 0, and then you've got this one floating over here. 0, 0. I tried removing them all at once, but it makes them all disappear, and then I can't get this one back. So that's why I had to do it one by one. So now this, I'm going to change the points on it. Rather than it being 1 point, I'm going to change it to 1.5 points, and then I want to recolor it as well. And I want a custom color. However, I've got to go get that custom color. So let me go to my color picker, that I use when I'm in my browser. And so there's the color that I want. By the way, if you do a lot of designing inside your browser, this color picker app, it's called Colorzilla. I've used it forever and ever and ever. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and paste that hex code in there. And so you could see now I've got that color added. It's a custom color, and that just looks so pretty. All right, so now what I want to do is, of course, I'm going to type Hey Sandy Cruz, and I'm going to type digital. This isn't exactly what I typed before, but it's okay. You'll get the idea. Digital designer and content creator. And then I want to get the shortcut to my website. All right, so that's that. And then I want to add a little extra interest here. That's a link that somebody might want to click on. So I'm going to type trending posts, and I'm going to go back to heysandycruz.com and go to the blog, and I want that shortcut or that URL as well. So I'm going to copy it and paste it right into my document. And I want to change these link colors. I don't want that blue. I'm going to make it more attractive. And my color, my custom color is already saved. And I'm going to change this link color as well. And I'm going to change Hey Sandy Cruz to the custom color. And I'm going to italicize this and italicize this, but leave the text black. And let's see, I want to center this a little bit better between the two. That way the same distance from the logo is the same distance from the text, and it looks like it is. So now we want to add our icons and link them. And here's my icon. So I'm going to go ahead and tap this one and tap insert, and look, it's huge. So now I want to make it nice and small, nice and tiny. And I'm going to go ahead and get another one. Image from Drive. And let's do Instagram next. And again, I'm going to resize it. That's slightly, just a smidge too big. Perfect. All right, I'm going to insert another image. And I won't do all of these so that I don't have a video that's an hour long. So this one, I'm going to do YouTube, and then I'm going to show you how to link them. So now to link them, I'm going to go ahead and go to my Twitter. All right, I'm going to go to my profile, and you can see that changes the URL up here. So it's twitter.com/Hey Sandy Cruz. I'm going to highlight it, copy it, and then go over to my document, right click, and down here I'm going to click on link and paste in the link and tap apply. So now that is linked to my Twitter. If anybody clicks that in my email signature from any email that they receive from me, they will end up at my Twitter. So I'll do the YouTube one next, and then we'll move on so that I don't keep you guys all day. All right, so I can get the link before the page loads. All right, I'm going to go back to my document, right click on the YouTube social media icon. All right, tap link, paste link, apply, and now that link is live. So you'll do that to all your social media icons. You may not have 6 like I do. Mine is, let's see, I have one for my website, so that one would take you to heysandycruz.com. This one will take you to the YouTube. This one will take you to the Facebook business page. This would take you to my Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. So you may not have all of these. You might just have 2 or 4. So it doesn't have to be 6. Okay, so now all that's left is to add this to your email signature. Now I use Gmail, so I know how to put it in the Gmail signature. I know how to navigate the settings of Gmail, but I don't know how to do it in any other email providers. So you would have to find that out if you don't use Gmail. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is go to our document that we made, and I'm gonna go ahead and use one of the ones that I made yesterday. Alright, so this is the Team Hey Sandy Cruz, and what you want to do is you want to highlight everything on the page. I do Control A and that selects all. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to copy, go back to my email, and I'm going to tap Settings, and that's this gear icon up in the Tools section. Now I want to see all settings, and I'm going to scroll down to the email signature, and as you can see, I've got 4 emails here. I don't use this one. I haven't used this one in 20 years, but I do use all 3 of these. So since this is the Hey Sandy Cruz, this is the Team Sandy Cruz, that would go to this email address. And so what you're going to do, this will be most likely blank, so I'll Control A and delete it all. Alright, so this will be blank like this, and all I'm going to do is paste it. And that pasted it right in there. And as you could see, it made an extra row for this icon, but it doesn't show up that way in the email. Alright, so after you do that, and if you have other email signatures to paste, you'll want to select which one. So here you could see I've got, that's my personal, this is the team, and this is my business email. And those are the only emails that I use. So, and each one's a little bit different, like I said before. All right, so what you want to do after you have them all added to each signature, you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and save changes. And so now, if I compose a message, depending on what email I'm sending it from, each signature is different. Alright, so that wraps it up for today's Design with Me. I hope that you enjoyed the bonus. If you learned something, be sure and like this video. I would love to see your email signature. Shoot me an email if you create one, or better yet, bring it over to the iPlanner Facebook group. Until the next video, iPlanners, you have an outstanding day.